so much sympathy for the trolley workers and none for the newsies.
The trolley workers are striking for a fair contract. The newsies are striking against me.
Well, I'd like to spare you the embarrassment if I could, but the burlesque house is private property.
He can't order a raid without legal cause.
With the fact that this organization is run by a convicted felon be enough to shut it down?
A felon? A criminal?
As a fugitive from one of your own institutions, a convicted thief at large, wreaking mischief in our law-abiding community. Mr. Snyder, which one is he?
That one there, Jack Kelly.
You know this boy?
This is not a pleasant story. He was first sent to my refuge while loitering at vagrancy, but his constant disregard for authority has made him a frequent visitor.
Thief and a criminal?
After his release, I caught him myself, red-handed, trafficking stolen food and clothing. He was last sentenced to 6 months. That willful ruffian escaped.
So, you'd be doing the city a service removing this criminal from our streets?
Well, if that is the case, we can take him in quiet.
Good, quiet to me! I want a public example here!
Mr. Pulitzer, the boy, Jack Kelly, is here.
Here,
And he's asking to speak with you.
ask and ye shall be received. Mr. Snyder, if you please.
Mr. Jack Kelly.
Evening, Joe.
And which Jack Kelly is this? The charismatic union organizer? Or the petty thief that escapes convict?
Well, it depends. Which one gives us more in common?
Impudence is bad taste when crawling for mercy.
Crawling? Nah, that's a laugh. Seems a few hundred of your employees are rallying to discuss recent disagreements. I only thought I'd fair to invite you to take your case straight to the fellas. So what do you say, Joe? One I should save you a spot on the bill.
You are as shameless and as disrespectful a creature as I was told. You know what I was doing when I was your age, boy? I was fighting in a war.
Yeah, how'd that end for you?
It taught me a lesson that changed my life. A war isn't won on the battlefield. It's the headline that crowns the victor.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind when New York wakes up to front page photos of our rally.
Rally till the cows come home. Not a paper in town will publish a word. And if it's not in the papers, it never happened.
You may own this city. There are some people who can't be bullied, even some reporters.
Such as this young woman who made you yesterday's news. Talented girl and beautiful as well, don't you think?
Yeah, well, you said so.
No need. She can hear for herself. Can't you, darling? I trust you know my daughter, Catherine? Yes, my daughter. But you're probably wondering why the nom de plume. And why doesn't my daughter work for me? Good questions. I offered Catherine a life of wealth and leisure. Instead, she chose to pursue a career. She was showing real promise until this recent lapse. But you're done with all that now, aren't you, sweetheart?
Jack,
No, don't bother the boy with your problems, dearest. Mr. Kelly has a plate full of his own, wouldn't you say, Mr. Snyder?
Hello, Jack.
Ow! Does anyone else feel a noose tightening? No, bring the chair. But allow me to offer an alternate scenario. Gentlemen, you attend this rally, speak out against this hopeless strike, and I'll see your criminal record expunged and your pockets filled with enough cash to carry you in a first-class train compartment from New York to New Mexico and beyond. You did say you wanted to travel west, didn't you?
There's not a person in this room who don't know you stink.
And if they know me, they know I don't care. Mark my words, boy. Defy me and I'll have you and every one of your friends locked up in the refuge. I know you're Mr. Tough Guy, but it's not right to condemn that poor crippled boy to conditions like that. What about your pal Davy, his baby brother, ripped from their loving family and tossed to the rats? Will they ever be able to thank you enough? Time's running out, kid. So what do you say? Cowboy or convict, I win either way. Your abject surrender was always the bottom line. Gentlemen, escort our guest to the cellar so he might reflect in solitude. Too bad you've no job, Jack, but you did resign. Too bad you've no family, but you can't have mine. Be glad you're alive, boy, I'd say that's the bottom line.
Like the bright, bright, you know what to play.
Till those kids all leave you a